Matthew chapter 26. Everything has been arranged. To be dramatic, I will be handed over to the Jewish priest, to the Roman military, by my baby brother, whom I love and am well pleased. He has always been with me, as have you all. The top priests and elders plotted his public execution. They knew it was a bad day to do it, but it had been arranged. A woman, who may have been his wife, poured perfume on Jesus to prepare for his burial. The disciples thought the stuff could be sold, money for the poor. Jesus told them not to be silly. Some scholars suspect the disciples didn't like Mary around at all, the wife. But let us not get lost in details. Details are for distraction, to hide the good stuff. So, because it had been written, Judas had to ask for money to sell his brother to the bloody priests. So the Jewish rebels, Jesus and his 12, go to a friend's place to celebrate the unleavened bread tradition Jewish kill Egyptian thing. Go to the man in the city and tell him to set a table for 14, 15 if he'll join us. 16 if his wife wants to. What man? Jeff Jones, the builder. Jeff was happy to have them as he always was. He gave them wine and bread, but had previous engagements with his wife's family. Barbara Elba. What? Stick to the story. My brother Judas has been chosen to betray me. Judas cried and laid his head on the shoulder of his big brother. Jesus, brother, I wish we could just go away. We can't, my brother. We won't be remembered if we run away. Why must we be remembered? To give others courage to fight tyranny, oppression, rape, and hate. They will hate me forever. Not when they know themselves. Then they will understand, and your name will carry on. Little Judy. So they ate, had a chat, then a song, and went on out up the hill with olive trees. Jesus laid it on Peter that he would have to reject him 3 times, but not to sweat it. The show would soon be over, and the battle to keep the priests from plundering heaven would go on. Peter didn't believe it. Don't worry, mate. It was inevitable, so pardoned ahead of time. Jesus lost his nerve a little, completely understandable, and wanted some time alone to think about things. He took Peter, James, and John, his cousins and our brothers, and asked them to watch out while he flipped out. He cries out to his father Herod, let it be Joseph, or a Roman government worker, whatever, whoever, and when he'd done lamenting, dedicating his life to fighting Torah, such an obvious farce, he goes back to find his friends sleeping. Hey, Judas will be here soon with the soldiers. Let's look like we show an interest, my friends. Sorry, man. I don't think I'm cut out for this. The situation, not me, not God, demands your participation. Jesus saw the fear in his brother's eyes when he came with soldiers carrying swords and clubs. Peace be with you, brother and teacher. Have no fear for me, my brother. Kiss me like you told them you would, and let's get this over with. I love you, Jesus. Someone cut off someone's ear, and Jesus told everyone to chill. The thing was being done. I am not a criminal. I will come peacefully. This was what the script had said. The script written by Jewish writers to protect Jewish law and tradition. And I can't get the idea out of my head that the Jews had made a deal with the Romans. Maybe the Romans just took the thing, but there is something out of whack with this thing. There was no real need for the Jews to play their part in the theater if they didn't have an interest. And if you look at the church, especially the Vatican, nothing is at all different. The priests are still there acquiring wealth and waging war on the minds of the ignorant. A brutal loss for the poor bastard on the cross. But he knew his enemy. He simply had no choice. Any fish. They take him to a palace. Kappa, what's his name? The high priest. They wanted an official blasphemy call. You will see me in an airplane. What? Blasphemy! So they said he must die and spat on him. At least we are to believe they did. It's a pretty jackass thing to do. Peter does his 3 denials before morning, then cried.